Welcome to Soul Searching Space, a space to remember who you truly are, who you came here to be, and what you came here to do. To be crystal clear, going from black and white thinking to full color HD, working from the inside out, reclaiming your power, waking up to your inherent wholeness, aligning soul, heart, mind, and body. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode. We are continuing the conversations of the center, the centers within the center. In last week's episode, we briefly touched on the centers within the center. Now and upcoming weeks, we are diving deeper into each center of intelligence. To be whole, integrated, and conscious, to be alive, awake, and centered, and to be less affected by the ego and more conscious requires us being able to access all centers and to use all of them in an integrated way. We talked about when you're in the center, you're relaxed, spontaneous, and natural, all of which will allow the free-flowing movement of energy throughout your body. All centers of intelligence are equally important, which comes from Eastern philosophy. However, it might be newer to those of us in the Western world, where we have valued mental intelligence above all else. In the Western culture, we've been conditioned to believe we are our body. We are told we are only our bodies. And in a world where a lot of people don't believe a soul exists, and we are taught from a young age that we are a body, and that means our mind starts to live in our body, and then our body becomes a reflection of our mind instead of a reflection of our true nature. Awakening and balancing the centers in each of us is imperative to raise our consciousness and awareness. We all had experiences where the gut says one thing, the heart says another, and the mind something else, which means our centers of intelligence are out of alignment. The purpose is to gain greater awareness and access each of our centers, to use them in a way that's fruitful and use them in an integrated way, not to use them as a separate function operating within us. Most people have a primary center, a secondary center, and one that is more dormant. You will notice yours as we move through the centers. So there are centers of intelligence within the center, and now we are focusing on the physical center, the body. The purpose of true centering principle is to find and access the potential within you. We've explored deep breathing, physical alignment, and observing. All of these and more are important for centering and developing our self-awareness skills. As we've explored in previous episodes, the mind changes the body and the body changes the mind. Our mind or thoughts influence how we feel, and how we feel changes how we hold our body, and it works the other way too. Our physical alignment changes how we feel, and how we feel affects our thoughts. Each of these aspects of our being can take us out of center, but they also have the potential to bring us closer to the center. Thoughts are the language of the mind. Feelings are the language of the heart. And sensations are the language of the body. We are starting with the body and the breath because our breathing can influence and affect the body, mind, and heart centers of intelligence. When your breath becomes audible, your mind becomes more chaotic. When you align your head and spine, your breathing instantly becomes more quiet, which brings calmness in the mind. As we have talked about in a previous episode, slowing down the breath and exhaling for longer calms our vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the thing that connects our brain to our body. It's the thing that can get us out of fight or flight and into rest and digest. Notice your body starts to soften as your breath softens, and bring your awareness into the body and into the present moment. So exhale for longer if you're able to, or rest your mind on the breath and it will naturally get calmer. When breathing is used the right way, it's a powerful way to influence our overall state of being. Remember that the mind itself is what takes us out of the center. The ancient Chinese related the mind to a monkey that's always seeking attention, jumping up and down all the time, and generally just hyperactive. So our goal is to train the monkey by giving it a banana and keeping it occupied. And in this case, the banana is our breath. With the monkey mind occupied, we can allow the stillness in the mind to take root and grow deeper and calmer. From this space of inner stillness, self-reflection and self-observation and cultivating self-awareness is easier. With proper natural breathing, your breath is quiet, calm, deep, and slow. How we hold our body speaks volumes about our subconscious and unconscious mental and emotional states. If there are people around you, observe how they are carrying themselves. Observe what their body and posture tell you about them. Do they hold their head high and seem confident? Do they tend to drop their head down as if they're ashamed of something or burdened by something? How are they holding their upper body? Is it straight? Are they breathing deeply, or is their breathing shallow? What are their physical boundaries? Do they have boundaries? Do you notice how much information you can extract just by observing how they are holding their bodies, their posture, and how they are carrying themselves? What about your own posture? What are your physical boundaries? What boundaries have you set? Are they the same, or do they change depending on who you are surrounded by? Are you comfortable within your own physical boundaries? What about the physical boundaries of others? Are you comfortable with the boundaries of others? How are you carrying yourself? What are you broadcasting to the world in the way you are carrying yourself? Our goal with alignment in relation to the center is to first familiarize ourselves with the importance of alignment and bringing our awareness to them throughout the day so they can become part of us. These principles will help us to open up our body's energetic systems, providing us with more mental energy, creating more present moment awareness, establishing greater internal stability, and improving our breathing, which further enhances all of the above. And all of these will help us establish a deeper rootedness in the center. Are you grounded in your body, or do you feel numb? When our body center is balanced, we have a sense of grounded presence. Numbness is a sign of stagnant energy. This stagnant energy is caused by emotions that get stored in our bodies along the energy meridians in the body as well as in the organs themselves, which causes physical, mental, and emotional symptoms. We can learn to process, harmonize, and move this stuck energy with our breath, subtle physical movements, physical alignment, relaxation, and our awareness. By becoming present with what's happening within your body, you begin to tune into your energy. Stillness leads to internal movement, free flow of energy. When you tune into this internal movement happening within you, your body begins to open up, freeing the internal energy, enabling it to move more freely. How much of your internal movement can you feel? Can you feel your organs? Can you feel your heartbeat? Are you aware of subtle movements in blood flow and oxygen throughout your body? Do a body scan and notice what kind of sensations do you feel in your body right now? Is it a pulsation, a tingling, a tension, a pulling, a pressure, a tickle, an itch, a vibration, a pain, an ache? Is it smooth, rough, bubbling, warmth, coolness, shaking, intense heat? What is the most prevalent sensation happening right now? Just notice. What is the sensation communicating to you? Can you hold loving space for it? Can you treat it like a little child trying to get your attention? Usually, a little child just wants your attention, and then when it gets the attention, the little child goes playing on its own. So just listen for now. Where in your body is it communicating with you? What is it trying to communicate with you? Things might get a little more intense and then they'll transform. The beautiful thing about mindfulness is that you're closing the loop between the body and the mind. So the more we listen to the body, the more softly it can communicate. And this helps to let the sensation be less intense. The first step to transforming something is awareness. And then we bring acceptance. How can you begin to practice cultivating self-awareness of your body and the sensations and witness yourself and learn more about yourself? Really cultivate that self-awareness we've been talking about and practice curiosity, embodying curiosity of our body's current ability to cope with stress and sensations, observing and witnessing yourself as you go through your day. Begin to notice how you physically respond to the different situations, events, circumstances, experiences, your interactions in relationships and relations that happen throughout your day. Spend some time throughout your day observing yourself and noticing the physical shifts and changes that happen as you respond to the demands and stress of everyday life. So, literally throughout your day, paying attention to your body. Maybe you just had a difficult conversation with someone, your partner, a family member, a friend, your boss or colleague, or someone triggered a past memory, or maybe you received some upsetting news that caused a shift in your body. Begin to observe and notice your body in different situations with different people, how it feels throughout your body, and different parts of your body throughout the day, so that we are not living in our mind, but we are actually being in our body. Pay attention to your body, and if you notice something physically in your body, maybe it's a tightness or a constriction or intense heat, where is it located in your body? Take note of the experience around you, notice the physical sensations, and also start to note if you can catch this. And remember, you may not be able to do this immediately, just like that right away. It comes with practice. Maybe the first thing you notice is that you felt intense heat in your body. Maybe you noticed your heart beating really fast. Maybe you noticed your palms are really sweaty, or maybe you noticed you're clenching your fist. Whatever you noticed, that's a great start. Keep going and keep building that muscle and cultivate that self-awareness. We are using our mind to be an observer of the physical sensation of our body. Commit to tuning into your body and note your bodily sensations in response to the experiences, the events, the circumstances, and the situations in your life. And remember to use your breath to bring you back into balance. There are many different breathing techniques. Find one that works for you. Begin a practice of reminding yourself that you always have the tool of your breath. You can always come home to your breath. The more you do that consistently, the more your mind will remember that that tool is there. It will naturally be your go-to response with coming back to your breath, with regulating your breath. You're actually building a new neural pathway and a new response. If we are not paying attention and we're just going through our day to day and we are on autopilot, not having any conscious awareness, then we might not notice that our shoulders are hunched over, and we can align our body to help our body to regulate itself. Remind yourself that you are re-experiencing a past event in the present moment. That's where the mindfulness and present moment awareness and proper breathing comes in, where we can be here in this moment, grounded in reality with what we can see, hear, touch, smell, taste, here in our body, and create that safety in the moment, right here, right now. Maybe that's with your breath or telling yourself that you're safe right here, right now, whatever works for you. It's those small, consistent promises done daily that bring our healing and transformation to life. True healing is created from consistent practice, So start small and remember to be kind to yourself. Baby step after baby step after baby step will all begin to accumulate and start to create that snowball effect and that momentum in your healing. So it all matters. It does all compound the more and more we show up for ourselves and our practices. When we have that understanding of ourselves, we can then begin to respond differently or begin to process outside of those reactive moments, ways to regulate our physical body so we are not reacting to people or throwing our defensiveness and projections at people and situations that are not the ones that caused it. Maybe you're familiar with, okay, I'm not really sure how to pronounce this, so please bear with me. Dr. Masuro Emoto. He did water research and he published a book, The Hidden Messages of Water. His work provides evidence that the human vibrational energy, thoughts, words, ideas, and music affect the molecular structure of water. The fact that molecular structure of water can be affected by our consciousness, our intent, and our sound is extremely important because the average human adult is anywhere from 50 to 70% water, depending on gender and fitness. It's obvious that the external factor and energy that surrounds us have a similar impact on our physical well-being. If you haven't seen the pictures, Google EMOTO water images, and you can see for yourself the remarkable differences. When you apply this information to how our bodies react to being flooded with stress chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol, you can imagine what kind of memory our cells are carrying. Can you see why it's important to be kind and loving to yourself? Can you see why it matters what kind of people you surround yourself with? Can you see why you should reframe your relationship with your body and yourself? Can you see why you should treat yourself and your body with kindness, love, and appreciation? Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for your time and thank you for your presence. I look forward to being with you again. I am sending you so much love, and until next time, may you remember that your body is the vehicle for your spirit.